have home with me. So thank you for being here. And we're just gonna get started today. There were a few requests. Hi, Erin. Hi, Cal. So there are a few requests to get into our shoulders a little bit, and we're gonna get a little bit of abs in, and we are gonna work on some balancing postures, which invites us to get into our quadriceps. So that's kind of the direction physically where we're going. And if you didn't hear me already, grab a block or something to place your hand on if you need. That could be a water bottle, a paper towel roll, anything like that to support you. A pillow to sit on or something to cushion. If you know that I have tile floors here. I need 2 mats. So if you know you need a towel underneath your knee, because we will be down on our knees sometimes, please do that. And if you have tight shoulders, make sure you grab a strap of some sort. So let's get started. Come to any comfortable seated position. I'm gonna start in rock pose. I'm gonna start sitting on my heels. And just bring your palms down on your lap to start. Soften the windows of your eyes and give yourself a moment to drop inward. Take an inhale through the nose. Unhinge your jaw, exhale it out. Inhale deeply through the nose. Unhinge and exhale it out. And pause here for a moment, doing a little bit of an internal scan, checking in to see how you're doing in this now new moment. May we give ourselves full permission to show up anew. Go ahead, turn your palms up in a receptive gesture. May our hands represent our open energy fields to receive the benefits seen and unseen of this practice. May we allow this time to be about our own selves, nurturing and tuning inward, turning inward to our own selves, whatever that means for you. So as you settle in, just allow the breath to go a little bit deeper into lower back, lower abdominal region as you do. Maybe you begin to organically cultivate the Ujjayi breath, a slight restriction in the back of the throat that makes the breath more audible, or maybe it's a breath that just serves you in this moment. So regardless of what's happening externally in your life, and regardless of the attachment you have to it, the meaning that you're giving it, good, bad, right, wrong, hard, easy, fluid, tight, certain, uncertain, whatever it is, can we allow those things, that story, the lens with which we look through whatever's occurring, or even the external experiences, can we place them on a shelf? Just for 60 minutes. And in this spaciousness, without that stuff here, what do you desire to put your attention toward in this time for you? What would it be for you to allow this time to be sacred? To be a very personal connection? What do you desire to cultivate more within your own self? And as if you're scooping up your own personal intention, go ahead and draw your palms right in front of your heart center, palm meeting one another. This is your own personal intention, like a touchstone to come back to when your mind wanders, expect it to. And we honor one another sharing space this morning, either in this actual time or virtually at some point when others are watching it, recognizing and remembering we're also very deeply connected with the universal sound of Om. Let's do 3 Oms together, acknowledging self, acknowledging other, and sharing the last one to send out to our planet. Exhale all of your breath out, please. Bow your forehead to your heart, sealing your intention. I honor each and every one of you for being on this call today, in this class today. Thank you for your presence. Blink your eyes open, release your hands down. And let's bring our hands onto our thighs or knees, depending on how you're sitting. You're gonna inhale for a seated cat-cow. Draw the tips of your shoulders on your back body. Press your chest forward as you draw your chin in so the nape of the neck is nice and long. Take another deep inhale here. More shoulders drawing on your back body as you press your chest forward. Exhale, round. Gaze into your navel. Really scoop your belly in so your lower back expands. You're rounding your shoulders and upper body, and your chin draws into your chest. Stay here for the full exhale out. Let all of your breath out. Inhale, pulling your torso forward, your shoulders on back body. The chin is drawn in slightly so the nape of the neck is long. Exhale, rounding, seated cow, cat. We round in, gaze in. Inhale, pulling forward, opening up. Exhale, gazing in. If I'm in a different pacing than you, go the pacing that works for you. Inhale, one more. Exhale, and we round. Again, really round in, scoop belly in, get all the breath out, all breath out, all breath out. And inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale, release your hands to the side of your body. Inhale, reach both arms up high to the sky. Pause here as you draw your ribs in, maybe turn the pinkies in slightly. The crown of the head reaches as your tailbone extends down toward the floor. A very big inhale here. Exhale, release your right hand down back behind you. Left hand onto your thigh or your knee. Shoulders drawn back body. Tack your left hip back. Crown of head reaches and starts to twist over to the right side of the room. Stay here for the full exhale. Maybe your gaze starts to follow. And on your inhale, both arms reach up high to the sky. Exhale, we change. Other side. Swing your left hand back behind you on block or floor or something. Shoulders on back body, drawing toward one another. Tack your right belly, right hip down as you start to turn your gaze even more. A very big inhale here. Stay for the full exhale. Let all the breath out. Inhale, center. Both arms reach up high to the sky. To the side, the right hand drops down to the floor. The left arm reaches up and over. Really tack your left hip down. Turn your right rib cage in and up to the sky. Draw your front ribs to your back body. Maybe bend into your right hand more as you extend your left fingertips over to the right side of the room. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, both arms reach up high to the sky and change. Other side, left hand comes down. Right hand, palms facing the floor. We extend and reach the right hand. Maybe start to bend your left elbow as you tack your right hip down, toning and tuning your belly in towards your back body. Stay here for the exhale. Deep breaths. Inhale, both arms reach up high to the sky. Exhale, release your hands down. Come to a tabletop position. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, look forward for a dog pose. Look forward, maybe wag your tail. Exhale, round in for cat pose. Press your fingertips really into the earth as you gaze into your heart. Uno más, like that. Inhale, peel your heart forward, really creating space along your spine. The flexibility, flexible spine is a flexible mind. And then exhale, round in, press in, breathe. Full exhale, breath out. Inhale to a neutral table. From here, go ahead, bend your elbows. Let them hover off the floor like you have two magnets on your elbows. Draw them in toward one another. Wrap your shoulders away from your ears. Press your fingertips into the mat. Curl your toes under. Let your knees hover off the floor. Your elbows and your knees are hovering off the floor. Press firmly into your fingertips. Breathe deeply. From here, the elbows are going to stay bending and hovering as they're drawing in. Just start to lift the hips up high. There's still a bend in your knees. There's definitely a still bend in your elbows. Then start to lift your hips even higher. Maybe bring your legs towards straight. Scoop your belly in. Stay here for turbo dog for 2 more breaths. Really press your fingertips. You're working the elbows in, opening up those shoulders. 1 more breath. Then down dog, start to press your arms towards straight, squeezing the arms in toward one another. The hips are lifting high, the navel scooping in as you start to spiral the inner thighs in, back, and apart to spread the thighs back and to send the heels down. Stay here for 2 more deep breaths. Before we start moving our dog, just stay here in stillness as you press and feel the firmness, the foundation underneath you. And then start to move around. Maybe pedal your feet, maybe move them side to side, but exploring. This may be your first dog for the day. Tapping in and staying connected with your breath. Stay here for 2, moving around as you need. And stilling back to dog in 1. As you lift your armpits and descend your chest down to the floor, the head stays aligned with your arms. Stay as you breathe for 1 more breath. And go ahead, take a walk to the back of your mat, forward folding over your legs. Bending your knees just slightly, maybe shift the weight slightly forward to your toes. Clasp your hands behind your back or just make a nice wide V. Inhale, lengthen the spine just a little bit. And exhale, bow as you scoop navel in and bow your forehead down to the floor, extending the arms up and overhead, breathing deeply. Feel free to shake your head yes and no, move side to side, whatever's calling to you. You are your truest teacher, so continue to tap into your inner knowing. By way of lower back, release your hands down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine, listen closely. Exhale, come to your toes, come to a nice deep squat. Pause here, fingertips are on floor or something. The knees start to extend forward, leveling so your thighs are parallel to the floor. Stay here or take one hand away, palm at heart. Stay here or take the other hand away, palm to palm. Breathing deeply. Beautiful, you can stay here or start to reach your arms up high to the sky. Draw your front ribs in toward your back body. Find a gaze to look at that's not moving. That's gonna help you. Keep breathing deeply. You're gonna stay on your toes as you slowly, nice and slow, start to come all the way to stand on your toes. Breathe deeply, extending through. Draw your front ribs into your back body. Extend and reach and reach and reach and reach. Exhale, release your heels down, hands to your heart center. Take an inhale. And exhale, release your hands down. Go ahead, toe heel your feet nice and wide. They're super wide, so your knees are not extending over the toes. They're directly over your ankles. You're at the back of your mat. Your toes are out, your heels are in. Let's prepare for goddess pose. So you're coming nice and deep. Maybe place hands on both thighs, settling in, opening up your inner thighs here. And breathe. So stay low in your legs. Raise your torso up. Settle low. Take your left hand, place it open onto your left knee. Take your your pointer finger, your first and second finger, bend those in. You have your ring finger and your thumb and your pinky extended. You're going to take those, just placing your hand up at the top of your nose, closing off the nostril. Yeah, I forgot to say the tissue thing. Sorry, guys. So stay low here. The left palm's open. You're going to exhale all of your breath out and release those knobs slightly, but keep your hand there. Restrict the knobs slightly right at your nose and begin to slowly inhale in the restriction. Keep your hands there. Just release slightly. Exhale slowly out through your nose. You're releasing the restriction, but your hand stays there. Full exhale out. Inhale, slightly constrict the nostrils. Slowly inhale all the way up. Fill up, stay low in your legs. Keep opening the knees toward the pinky toes. Release only slightly. Exhale, release all of your breath out. Full exhale, breath out. You have one more round like this. Stay low in your legs. Begin to inhale as you slowly, slightly constrict the nostril. Inhale, inhale, inhale all the way up. Listen for the cue. Releasing only slightly, exhale all the way out, and then release your hand down. Stay here for the exhale. Do not take a breath until you absolutely have to. Let all of your breath out. Stay as long as you can. Stay low in your legs. Open your knees toward your pinky toes. Stay low in your legs. Inhale when you need. Bring your breath back to a slow, steady breath, and then bring your hands onto your thighs. Press your knees away. Arms are long. Nice work. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your right shoulder over to the left. Gaze over to the left as you press your right knee away. Inhale, come center. Oh yeah, nice release. Exhale and change other side. Beautiful work, you guys. Inhale, come center. Press your legs straight. Turn your toes in, heels out. Hands on hips. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders on back body, tailbone into body. Exhale, bow over your legs in that Prasarita wide stance. From here, release your hands down and start to walk your hands out. You have wide legs. This is called a wishbone. So the legs are nice and wide. The hands are on the floor. There's a nice flat back. Modification is knees are down, okay? So it's a long spine. The thighs are lifting. The tailbone's extending. The crown of the head is extending. Stay here or let your right leg hover off the floor. Toning your belly in. Keep your hips as level as you can. Stay here or extend your left arm long. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. Grip your right fingertips into the mat. Keep leveling. Keep staying. Come in and out as much as you need. One more breath. Release your left hand down, release your right foot down. From here, find your center again, scoop your navel in, let your left leg hover off the floor. Stay here, extend your right arm and breathe like you're shaking hands. Extend and reach the right arm. Extend those fingertips. Keep the hips level, turn your breath up. Release your right hand, release your left foot, walk your feet back into plank pose. Pause here on the inhale, either lowering knees or just all the way down to the floor. Tops of your feet turn to plant, legs are directly behind your hip, underneath your hips. Hands come to the side of the body, palms are down. Suck your shoulders away from the floor, lift your sternum up, press your feet down. Pause here, breathe. So you're pressing your hands down, your feet are pressing down, shoulders on back body, lifting the torso, breathe. For 5, breathe. 4, 3, gaze is slightly forward and down. 2, so the nape of the neck is long. And 1, release, chin down to the floor. Either keep your hands as they were, bring them to a V facing toward one another or your palms, or clasp them behind your back, bending your elbows, drawing the bottom tips of shoulders on your back body. Stay here for the exhale. Bring your feet together to touch. Zip your legs up. Inhale, shuck your shoulders off the back, up on your back body. Lift your torso up, lift your legs up. Extend and reach your knuckles to the back of the room or your hands. Reach like your legs are one leg. Turn your inner thighs in and up to the sky. More breath across your chest. Stay here for 2. Breathing deeply. Listen closely. You're going to drop over to your right shoulder. Walk your hands a little bit over if you need. Roll onto your right hip. Opening up. Getting a little bit more spacious across your chest. If this doesn't work for you, you can also release and do one hand at a time, keeping the other arm forward. So you're just breathing deeply here. Stay here for the exhale. Feel free to move your head around, whatever organic movements are calling to you. Inhale, roll center, lift up, lift up, lift up, everything up, everything up, everything up, and change. Other side, over to the left. The arms start to extend left. You switch onto the left hip, opening up your chest to the sky. Breath spills free. Stay here for the exhale. We're moving through center on the inhale, lifting everything up again. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Listen closely. Release your hands. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Slowly release your feet down to the floor. Come to a high cobra. Fingertips on the floor. Feet are pressing down and back. Pelvic bone is pressing down and the tailbone's reaching back. One more very big breath across your chest. Beautiful work, you guys. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Heel of hand by breastbone, curl your toes under, either igniting your knees to lift or compressing up to your knees. Press up, high push up, lift your hips. Down dog, very big inhale. Through your mouth, let it go. Very big inhale. Through your mouth, let it go. Inhale, roll high onto your toes. Roll all the way forward, high push up position, plank pose. Exhale, lift your hips back. Full exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll higher to your toes, always all the way forward and down. You're spreading your hands nice and wide. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, down dog. Uno más, here we go. Lift the heels high, roll on forward, lengthening through plank pose. Slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Kiss your elbows into the side. Inhale, come up, lower high cobra, peel your heart up. Exhale all the way down. Heel of hand by breastbone, curl your toes under, ignite your knees to lift, press yourself up and back, down dog, and breathe. Respira profundo, nice and deep. Really breathe deeply. Bottom of your next exhale, look toward your hands, walk on up to the top of the mat, forward fold when you get there. Feet come together to touch. Inhale, we lengthen the spine halfway. Really look for space as you draw, shoot your thighs back. Exhale, bow, scoop navel in, gaze towards your heart. With a flat back, inhale all the way up to stand, ribs drawing into your back body. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky, mountain. Exhale, bow over in reverence and let it go. Inhale, we find length and space. Stepping back to plank pose, lowering halfway or all the way down to the floor. Your choice, up dog or cobra, peeling your heart up. Exhale, back, down dog, and breathe. Consciously filling the space, consciously returning to your intention, returning to your breath. One more breath here. Bottom of your exhale, step or jump up to the top of the mat, forward fold when you get there. Inhale, we lengthen, bow it out as you exhale. With a flat back, inhale all the way up, reach, reach, reach as you root down your legs. Exhale, hands into your heart center. One more time, inhale, sane, reaching up. Exhale, bow it out. Inhale, full inhale takes you forward. Exhale, maybe step the other foot back, plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, open it up. Exhale it all the way back to dog, breathe. Inhale deeply here. Feet together to touch as you exhale. From the inner thigh, the right leg reaches to the sky. The hips are level to the earth. Point the toes. Pause here, breathe as you press firmly into your hands, lifting your armpits and tacking your left hip and thigh back. Inhale here. Knee over to right tricep. Shift the weight, grip your fingertips into the mat. Pause. Inhale, take the leg up high to the sky. Knee over to your left tricep. Really bring it up high. Shift the weight into your hands and lift the leg up high. Inhale. Listen closely, knee into your nose, round shift the weight, pause, and it's a small pulse in with your knee. In. Can you make a movement from your belly rather than hip flexor? For 5, pull in. 4, 3, 2, look forward, step all the way through. Find warrior 1 feet, hands are down on something, block or floor, okay? So you heel to arch, align the back foot turned out only to about 10 o'clock on the floor. Bend into your front knee, your front foot is rooting down, your back heels pressing down, and lengthen your sternum forward. Spiral that left inner thigh in and back to the wall behind you, root into your feet, and slowly start to raise your arms up. Come out of your front knee for a moment, spiral that back inner thigh to the wall behind you, tuck your right hip back, left hip forward, tailbone into body, and then bring your arms up, Badakanasana 1. Breathe. Yes, breathe. Can you settle more deeply into that front knee as you draw your right hip back and left hip forward? Take a very big inhale here. Exhale, release your hands down, frame your front foot, curl your butt foot under, step back, plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, peel your heart up. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale deeply. Feet together to touch, exhale. From the inner thigh, the left leg reaches high to the sky, and we pause. Pause. Press your hands firmly, lift the armpits and wrap the shoulders away from your ears to create space so your heart can melt. A very big inhale here.
Knee over left tricep, shift the weight, really lengthen around the upper body, come onto the back toes even higher, and then lift the leg up high to the sky, three-legged. Knee over, under, really bring it under, lift the knee even higher, grip your fingertips into the mat, pause, take the leg up high to the sky. In exhale, knee into your nose, round shift the weight, a full exhale out, and then it's a small pulse. It's 5, pull in, 4, make a movement from your navel. 3, 2, look forward, step through. Legs are hip width, turn your back foot about 2 o'clock on a clock. A steady, firm foundation, and so much foundation. The left knee is bending, the left hip's into your body. You're pressing your back heel back, and that all of that foundation raises the torso up. Come out of your front knee, spiral that right inner thigh back, tack your left hip back, right hip forward, tailbone into body, same cues, and then we open. Now as you settle in and really breathe deeply into this posture, finding it from the ground up, can you settle a little bit more deeply without losing that back leg? Take a very big inhale here. Exhale, release your hands down, frame your front foot, step back. Either move through vinyasa or straight back to dog, your choice. Pausing and breathing in dog, finding your center. Establishing a relationship with yourself, your body, your breath. Tuning in and tapping in, acknowledging where you are in this now new moment, giving yourself full permission to show up anew. What does that even look like, right? So exciting. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward to where you're going, high on your toes, and then shift the weight, step or jump forward, over, all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale and bow it out. We're going to bend the knees nice and deep, fingers hover from the floor. Find a nice seat, shift your booty back. Knees are together, feet are together, unless it doesn't work for your anatomy. Hands to your heart center to start. Pause here, breathe. Now can you start to shift your whole torso so you're leaning up back like you're leaning against the wall, and draw your front ribs in and start to reach your tailbone down. Stay here for 1. Listen closely, we're gonna lower our booty all the way to the earth, coming into Navasana. Pause here, breathe, either hands behind your knees, hands on side of body, or your arms extended, knees are bent or straight, stay and lift. And then you're gonna do that same little pulse in, using your navel instead of your hip flexors, the front of your thighs. Just pull the knees in, pulling your navel in a little bit more toward your back body. For 5, 4, modifications, hands down on the floor. 2 and 1, lower half boat, either legs extended or bent. You're there, stay there. You're lowering your torso down, your navel's knitting in, you're pausing and breathing. Lower all the way down to the floor. From here, hands behind the head, bend your knees. You may need something underneath your back or tailbone, so just pay attention and honor yourself. Knees are directly over your hips to start. Elbows draw in toward one another, facing toward the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, raise torso up. Inhale here, pause. Keep the knees directly over your hips. Exhale, just lift your hips up. The knees are going in the direction of the sky. Lifting your torso even more. Elbows in the direction of the sky. Really not pulling with your head, your hands, but you're lifting with your navel. 1 more breath, lift your hips a little higher. Exhale, release hips, release torso. Inhale here. Exhale, raise torso up. Inhale here, pull belly in. Keep the hips, the knees over the hips. Exhale. Lift hips up, so your torso is lifted, your hips are lifted, you're breathing deeply, belly's pulling down to the floor. 1 more breath. Release your hips, release your torso. We have 1 more like that. Inhale here. Exhale, raise your torso up, elbows lifting in and up, belly pulls in, and then lift the hips up, straight up, knees directly over your hips, not forward. Breathe, lift up even higher. Stay for 2. And 1, keep your hands there, extend your left leg long, your right knee, pull it into your chest. Inhale here, exhale, twist your torso over to the right, elbows on the outside edge. Either keep your hands behind your head or extend your arms and reach. Inhale here, and it's a small pulse up, lift, lift. Maybe get both shoulders off the floor, you're twisting across your body, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. hand back to center, both knees pulls in, hand back behind your head. Inhale here. Extend your right leg long, left knee into your chest, and then up and over with your elbows. Stay here or extend your arms. Stay here or small pulse up and lift, 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 lift. 8, 7, 6, beautiful job. Keep going, 4, you got this, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your knees in, hands behind your knee pits, rock and roll maybe a few times on your spine if it works for your anatomy. Back to boat Navasana. Stay here and breathe for 5. Lift your torso, extending up, belly pulls in 4. Your full expression for 3, 2, back to Utkatasana, bending your knees, hands or no hands, maybe raising your arms all the way up or hands stay at your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, drinking bird, arms extend behind you. You can stay here or let your heels hover off the floor. We pause, lengthening our sternum forward, knitting our ribs in. Stay here for the inhale. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, back to Utkatasana. One more like that. Exhale, drinking bird. Come high on your toes. Lengthen your sternum. Inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, heels come down to the floor. Utkatasana, bend your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forward over your legs, full release. Inhale, we lengthen, look for space. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and move through vinyasa, or not, your choice. Full inhale as you peel your heart up. Exhale, back, full exhale, step your right foot forward, turn your back foot flat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. The exhale takes you all the way down and through your vinyasa, or not, your choice. Inhale, we peel our heart up. Exhale back. The same exhale, you step with your left foot forward, your back foot turns flat, and now here's the inhale as we peel up. Exhale back, down dog. A full exhale takes you through your vinyasa. Elbows in. It's a full inhale as you open your heart. Exhale back, down dog, and breathe. At any moment, you can come to child's pose or any modification that you desire. Breathing deeply and steady. Staying internal and with yourself. 2 more very big breaths. If you're not a dog, please meet there. And the bottom of your exhale, look towards your hands, step or jump up to the top of the mat and forward fold when you get there. Bend your knees nice and deep. Inhale, Utkatasana. Drinking bird, exhale, come to your heels if you choose. Inhale, back to Utkatasana. Exhale, drinking bird. Again, lengthen that torso, settle low in your hips. Inhale, all the way up, come high on your toes. Exhale, hands into your heart center. Utkatasana, bend your knees, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forward over your legs. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back, moving through your vinyasa. Peeling your heart up on your inhale, looking for that breath. Exhale, take it back. That same exhale, your right foot steps forward, back foot flat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Full exhale takes you all the way down and through. Let all of your breath out. Inhale, we open, soften the shoulders on your back body. Take it all the way back, down dog. Same exhale, the left foot steps forward, back foot flat. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, take it all the way back. Move through that vinyasa. Open it up. Exhale it back. Listen for the cue change. Step your right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Open it up, Virabhadrasana 2. Long side of your right side of your mat, the stance is a little wider to heel to arch alignment. So your back heel is cutting right to the center of your back arch, your front heel rather. Bend into your front knee so your front knee is directly over your ankle and really seal the outside edge of the foot so the inner arch lifts. So we're not just dumping into our front knee. Yeah, now take your hip into your body, the right glute muscle, bring it into your body as you open your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Then open your arms to the side, maybe gaze to the front of the room. When you're ready, draw your front ribs into your back body. The head is directly over the center of your body. Turn your breath up. You're doing so great. Beautiful. Flip your front palm. Keep your front knee nice and deep. Inhale, reverse it. Your top arm can either come behind your head. You can clasp your fingers, or you can let your back hand drop down to your thigh. Whatever expression works for you. Can you draw your inner heels toward one another as you settle more deeply into your front knee and open that knee toward the pinky toe? Take one more inhale. Extended side angles. The exhale, the right elbow either on right knee or hand on inside edge on block or floor. Top arm come up and overhead. Palm faces toward the floor. Extending your sternum to the front of your mat. Draw your right hip into your body as you open the knee toward your pinky toe. And then everyone, keep lifting the back inner arch so we're not just dumping into the front leg. Maybe turn your right rib cage open to the sky even more as you draw shoulders on back body. Stay here, inhale. Settle for the exhale, you're doing so good. Now inhale, raise just your left arm to the sky and place your left hand on your hip. Take your right fingertip 6 inches to a foot in front of your right foot. You can always use a block or a water bottle. Shifting the weight slowly into the right leg, extending your right leg long, you raise the left leg off the floor for half moon. Hands are on something, block or floor, your right hand. Your left hip is open, facing the side of the room, flexing your toes toward your face. That leg is aligned with your hip. The left arm reaches high to the sky. Gaze can stay down at the floor, to the side, or lengthen up to the sky with the crown of your head reaching. Notice if your right side body is collapsing, can you lengthen it from your hip to the crown of your head? Inhale here, listen closely. Exhale, bring your hand back on your hips, square your hips down to the floor, take your left hand down to the floor for grounded airplane. Listen closely here, your hands can absolutely stay on the floor. Otherwise, you can let your hands hover into prayer pose, bring your knee into your nose, round and bend your right knee as you pull your left knee into your nose. Keep your right knee bent, inhale, extend just your left leg. Exhale, pull left knee into your chest, the right knee's bent. Exhale, maybe start to bring your right leg towards straight as you extend your left leg long behind you. Inhale, bend both knees, pull the knee into the nose. Exhale, extend the leg back, extending both legs, reach back. Knee into your nose, round, 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 bend in, bend in, bend in. Inhale, last one, cue change, extend the leg out and slowly step the leg back. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your hands onto your front thigh, soften your back knee slightly. You're in crescent lunge preparation. So feet are hip width apart. Woo! Back foot's curled under, back knee is slightly bent. Bring your hands onto your hips, please. The back knee is bent so you can get the tailbone under your body. So pull the tailbone into your body. The pelvic bone rotates up. And then from that place, start to straighten your back leg, pressing your back heel back. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Chest expansion, we're just gonna drop the knee in the direction of the earth, the tailbone into body, and the shoulders on back body to lift the heart. Inhale, back up to center, straighten your back leg, your front knee's bending. Exhale, bend the back knee slightly, draw the tailbone into body, chest expansion. Inhale, we have one more like that, extend your back leg. Exhale, chest expansion. Inhale all the way up, listen closely, mindfully start to lower your back knee down to the floor. Stack something if you need underneath that knee, okay? Hands onto your front thigh. Bring your tush back in the direction of the back knee, then your tailbone into your body, your pelvic bone up to the sky. Your right hand comes to either the right side of the floor or use your water bottle or block. The left arm lifts up and over to the side. Palm is open. So the palm's open. We're extending into that front knee. The back knee's on the floor. We're lifting that right arm up and over, left arm up and overhead, palm down, looking for space. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, both arms reach up high to the sky. Settle into your front knee even more. Exhale, release your hands down. Toe heel your right foot over to the right corner of your mat. Your hands come on the inside edge. Roll over that back knee. Open your front toes toward your pinky toe. Open the knee toward that direction. And then bend your back foot off the floor. Your knees lifting. Reach back with your right hand. Grab a hold of your foot, the outside or top of your foot. You can back out and bring your tush to your foot, and then keeping that connection, settle into your front knee. If this does not work for you, you're turning onto your left side. You're grabbing a hold of your left foot, your right side rather, your right side. You're grabbing onto your left foot and pressing your hip forward as you reach your knee down. Okay, otherwise you're in a twisted thigh stretch and a nice low deep lunge. Grabbing the foot, kicking foot into hand, hand into foot. Now everyone, the standing arm, the left arm is bending slightly so the shoulder's on back body. The right elbow is bending toward the back of your mat as you draw shoulder on back body. Now everybody tailbone into your body as you start to twist your torso over to the right side of the room. Stay here for one more breath. And release, hands down to the floor. Toe heel your right foot into the sun, in toward your right hand. Listen closely. From here, raise your back knee off the floor. Stay here or let your front foot hover off the floor and knee to right tricep. Pause. Pause. Lift the leg up high to the sky. Inhale. Listen closely. Exhale, just release your foot down, feet together, touch. Come to a plank pose. We're rolling over to our left hand's the foundation, modifications coming down to that bottom knee, okay? Otherwise, you're stacking your feet or you can scissor your feet. Now start to lift your hips up high and maybe raise the right leg off the floor. The right arm's lifting, you're lifting your hips up high, pause here, breathe. And listen closely, bend the top leg, step back all the way nice and slowly and flip your dog if you choose to. Both toes are turning toward the back of your mat. Your pelvic bone is lifting to the sky and start to rotate your top arm back. Mindfully, slowly, inhale all the way back and up and through high plank pose. Lower halfway or all the way, lead with your heart. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back, down dog. 2 breaths in dog before you take a break. Child's pose, please, knees apart, toes together, forehead rest on the mat. Grab a drink if you need, towel off if you need. Please stay very internal as you do. Beautiful work, everyone. One more breath here. Down dog when you're ready. Very big inhale. Through your mouth, let it go. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step your left foot forward, turn your back foot flat. Inhale, Badakanasana 1. Exhale, we open it, Badakanasana 2. Settle in. So find your fancy footwork, heel to arch alignment, less cues for me on this side. So give yourself time and space to drop internally to see what your integration of this posture is, where you land with integrity, with confidence, commitment. Breathe. Stay here for the exhale, turn your front palm up, stay low in your front leg, and then reverse it here. Any arm variation that you choose, but you're looking for space from your left hip to your left fingertip. Stay here for 2. Extended side angle, either elbow on knee, your hand on the inside edge. Really tap your left hip into your body. It wants to jet out. And then the top arm up and overhead if that suits your shoulder. Pinkies turn down, pinky palm turns down, maybe pinky turns back a little. Everyone draw more shoulders on back body. Really keep sealing the outside edge of the back foot. Let the inner arch lift so the little leg is working too. Stay here for 1 more deep breath. On your inhale, raise your right arm to the sky and then bring your hand onto your hip. Shift your weight so you're walking your left fingertips forward where you're in front of your left foot. Start to mindfully, slowly shift the weight into the left leg, raising your your right leg off the floor, parallel to the floor as you lengthen your sternum here. The back leg is aligned with your hip. The top arm opens, Palm opens and gaze is either down, side, or up, your choice. Stay here and breathe. Right hand comes back on hip. From here, square your hips down, and then release your hands down to the floor so you have a grounded airplane here. You can keep your hands on the floor or bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale here. Then draw your knee into your nose. Bend the standing leg. Round in, round in, round in, round in. Keep your hands if you want to and extend the legs. Extend your right leg back behind you. Extend your left leg. Inhale, pull knee in, bend both knees, round in, round in, round in, scoop in, and then take it back. One more time. Round in, round in, round in, round in, round in. Take it back. Your full expression here. Pause, lengthen through, airplane. And then mindfully, slowly step back, preparing for crescent lunge. Hands come to your hips, soften your back knee. We're getting that tailbone into the body, finding the full posture. And then when you're ready, start to straighten the back leg, opening your arms up to the sky. Inhale here, chest expansion. Exhale, bend that knee, draw your tailbone to your body, open it up. Inhale, we'll lift it up, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bend, scoop in, open it up and breathe. You can always drop down to your back knee if you choose the entire time. Inhale, lifting up, last one. Exhale and open it here. Inhale, come all the way up. We mindfully, slowly exhale, release the knee down. Hands come onto your front thigh. Stick your booty back, get the butt back, then tailbone in, pelvic bone up as you settle. Because the back knee is down, whenever the back knee is down, it's okay that the knee overextends. If the back knee was lifted, we don't want the knee to overextend. That's way too much collapse. That's way too much pressure on that joint, okay? So from here, we're gonna take the side body. So change the size of your block, your water bottle if you need. Left hand on the side of your body. Right arm, you're gonna settle deeply into your legs. Squeeze your legs in toward one another. Take the top arm, right arm rather, up and over. Palm faces down. Breathe. Your hips are still moving forward. The left hip is still drawing back, the right hip forward, the tailbone into your body. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, release your hands down. We're gonna toe heel your left foot to the left this time. Walk your back knee back. Hands on both on the inside edge of that left foot. Press your left thigh away. Just start to prepare for that twisted thigh. Great place to stay. Otherwise, you bend the knee, grab the foot, back out, bring the foot to the tush if you can find that connection. Then once you find it, you scoop the pelvic bone in and up to the sky as you settle into your front thigh. Modification is dropping to the floor, rolling onto your left hip, grabbing your right foot, and pressing your hip forward if this is too much pressure on the knee. Now, if you're in twisted thigh, everyone, please soften your standing arm, bending your elbow so your shoulders are on back body. Then bend your left elbow even more to draw shoulders on back body. Pull the tailbone into your body and open up your heart to the left corner of the room. One more very big breath. Exhale and release your foot down. Bring your hands in so they're directly under your shoulders. Raise your back knee off the floor by curling your foot under. Listen closely. Stay here or bring your foot off the floor. Knee to tricep. Pause. Inhale, lift the leg high to the sky. Exhale, feet together to touch. Inhale to plank pose with your feet together. Badakanasana on the right side. Your hand is pressing down. You're lifting your hips up high. Modifications on that bottom knee. Then stay here or raise the top arm and raise the top leg. Stay and breathe. If you notice, the bottom of my right foot is now pressing down to the earth entirely. One more breath. And from here we flip the dog if you choose. Otherwise, stay. Bend your top leg. Slowly step back. Both toes turn the back of your mat. Your pelvic bone lifts high. You start to turn your hips to the sky, lifting and opening and breathing. Mindfully, slowly inhale, roll all the way back to center plank pose. And if you choose, vinyasa through, all the way meeting back. In, down, dog. And breathe. Very big inhale. Feet together to touch as you exhale. Inhale, the right leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, step all the way through. Badakanasana 1. Inhale, take it up. Badakanasana 2, 1. Now in Badakanasana 2, open it up. Stay here as you exhale, settle in. Inhale, reverse it here, open it up, keep the front knee bending. Exhale, extended side angle, extend that left arm, really reach it. Stay here for the inhale. Gaze down as you exhale, shift the weight into the right fingertips and raise the left arm high to the sky. On your next inhale, shift the weight into the right leg, come into half moon. Pause here, listen for the cue change. Stay here or chop it, bend your top leg, reach back, grab the top of the foot or the ankle, keep the knee aligned with your hip, kick foot into hand, hand into foot, the tailbone again draws into your body. As you kick it open, your hip flexors are starting to get nice and open, so really give yourself that space, that moment. Open, 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 one more breath. If you have the chop, release it, open and expand. And then back to that grounded airplane, hands come down to the floor to start leveling your hips. Both hands to your heart center. If you choose, bend in just for 2, bend both knees, extend the leg back. Bend both knees, extend the leg back, and slowly step all the way back to Crescent Lunge. Inhale, full expression, Crescent Lunge. Just 1, chest expansion. We bend the knee, open the heart. Inhale, all the way up. Listen closely for the cue change. Exhale, release your hands down, framing your front foot, straightening your front leg. Flex your toes, so you're raising your toes off the floor. Just your heel is down. Your hands are on either side of that front foot. Lengthen your sternum halfway as you compress your hips in toward one another. Keep the toes lifted and bow forward over your front leg. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then turn to the right side of your mat, the long side of your mat for Prasarita. Inhale, turn your toes in, heels out, lengthen the spine, hands on hips, shoulders on back. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way to stand. You're doing so awesome. Turn your toes out, heels in. We've been here already. Horse stance, lower deep into your legs. Knees are going out in the direction of the toes. You're keeping your legs nice and wide, so your knees are directly over your ankles. Breathe. Stay here or come onto your toes. You may have to walk your feet a little closer. So come a little bit on your toes, your heels are lifted. Bring your hands to your heart center. And it's a small lift up, small lift down. Small lift up, small lift down, just an inch. The knees are opening up toward your pinky toes. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, listen closely, exhale down, pause. Bring your hands onto your knees, lengthen your sternum forward, keep high onto your toes, stick your booty back to the wall behind you. Maybe take your arms to the side. You may start to shake. You got this. Stay for 3. Stay for 2, yeah. And when release your hands down, release your heels down, turn your toes in, heels out, bow forward over your legs. Beautiful work, everyone. Inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. As you exhale, turn to the front of your mat to a low lunge. Step back, plank pose, pause, and lower down onto your forearms, please. Your thighs are lifted. If you can, your tailbone's reaching to the back of the mat as you lengthen your sternum forward. Please press into your forearms. Listen closely, start to walk your feet in, lifting your hips up high, scooping your navel in. As you do this, the forearms are pressing down, the chest is pressing back to your thighs. Breathe. Feet walk toward one another so they're touching if you can. Then raise your left leg off the floor. Breathe. Maybe you're high on your right toes, lifting the left leg up. Maybe you shift the weight even further into your forearms. Press your forearms down, lift here for 3. Feel free to play if you want to. 2. And release your left leg down. Raise your right leg off the floor from the inner thigh. Maybe come high onto your left toes. Lift your hips up high. Press your chest back toward your left thigh. Stay for 3. Press your forearms down. Stay for 2. Listen closely, stay for one, release all the way down, step back all the way, plank pose, pause here, you got this. We're staying for 3 rounds of breath. Exhale all of your breath up. A nice slow inhale. Exhale all of your breath out. A nice slow inhale. Exhale all of your breath out, and then lower your belly down to the floor. Walk your elbows slightly forward. Awesome work. Sphinx pose, draw your shoulders on back body, extending your legs down behind you, lengthen through. Feel free to move your head around. We're releasing out the lower back. Feel free to do whatever feels good. And then child's pose. Press up into your knees, walk your hands back, knees apart, toes together, unless you want to come to embryo with your thighs together. Forehead rest, arms, any variation that you choose. And breathe. Beautiful work, you guys. One more breath here. Down dog when you're ready, please. Inhale deeply. Exhale, feet together to touch. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step your left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale, raise your torso up. Exhale, open it up, Badakanasana 2. Inhale, reverse it here. Exhale, extended side angle, your full expression. Stay here for the inhale. Exhale, we shift the weight, coming to that half moon, raising the leg up, raising your torso, raising and lifting. Inhale here. Chop it if you're going there. Bend the top leg. Keep the hip and knee aligned as you kick and open. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. Releasing, extending the legs, squaring your hips. Hands come down to start, and then hands to your heart center, finding your balance. Inhale. Bending both knees. Round in, round in, round in. Exhale. Inhale, extend legs. Exhale, bend in, bend in, bend in, and round. Inhale for the Q change, extend. Stepping all the way back mindfully and slowly. And inhale is Crescent Lunge. Raise your torso up. Exhale, we open it. Chest expansion, just one. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we release the hands down. Straighten your front leg. Raise your front toes off the floor. Lengthen your sternum here. Legs are hip width apart. And then bow forward over that leg. So the front leg, you guys, is slightly bent to protect your knee joint, okay? Just slightly bent. So both legs are straight. Your front heel, toes are lifted, getting into the hamstring and into the calf muscle. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, lengthen the sternum, the spine. Exhale, listen closely, step back, low lunge, hands frame your front foot, step back, plank pose, pause, feet together to touch. Last thing, we're gonna roll to the pinky side edge of your right foot. Yeah, so I'm gonna do modification first. You don't have to. Drop down to your right knee, raise your left leg off the floor. Stay here or bend that top leg. You've been here before. Grab the top of the foot or the ankle. Tailbone draws into body, pelvic bone presses forward. We open up, the standing arm slightly bent. Baby kapinjalasana. Open and breathe. Breathe. Kick, kick, kick. Open and breathe. One more breath. Extending your legs, opening and releasing back to plank pose. Other side. If you choose, you can also do it on your feet instead of the knee. So you roll to Badakanasana. You're stacking your legs, the bottom foot is on the floor, then raise your top leg off the floor, bend your top leg, reach back, grab a hold of foot or ankle. Tailbone into body, and then we kick foot in a hand in a foot, we open. Breathe. Kick foot in a hand in a foot for 3, 2, and 1. Release down. If you choose to, take a vinyasa or meet back in child's pose and breathe. Beautiful work, you guys. As you know, we'll be going over about 5 minutes because that's kind of how I roll. You did so awesome. Press yourself up, come to a seat. Extend your legs forward, flex your toes, hands to either side of your body, Dandasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine as you draw your front ribs in. Exhale and bow forward over your legs. Let it go. Any variation that you choose with your arms. Settling in deeply. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, raising your torso up. Let's come to Badakanasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Grab to the pinky side edge of your feet. Press your feet together. Open your knees wide. The knees are opening wide. If you need, place your tush underneath something, on top of something rather. The knees are pressing open. The feet are pressing in toward one another, and the shins are drawing into the groin. Then more shoulders on back body as you lengthen the crown of the head forward. Stay here for 2 deep breaths, getting into your inner thighs. Respira profundo. Nice, deep, deep breaths. And release. We're going to just take another seated twist. So you're going to take your right foot over. Your left foot crosses under, or it's straight, your choice. Okay, flesh away from your sit bone. The left hand comes behind you on something or floor. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Let's take the twist. Elbow onto the outside edge or hand. And we start to twist. A nice long spine, tacking your right hip down, breathing deeply. On your next inhale, unwind, come center. And then change, other side. Swing your left leg over, your right leg over rather. Shift the weight, flesh away from your sit bone. Your right leg is either extending or under, your left leg is extending or underneath. Your right hand comes behind you, left arm reaches to the sky, find the length, and then take your twist. Beautiful work, everyone. Breathing deeply. Inhale here. Exhale and release. You can come either to a seat or come all the way onto your backs, please. If you're coming to your back, maybe coming to a moment, grabbing your knees into your chest, rocking a little side to side. And then Savasana, extending your legs out, arms to the side, palms open, knees, legs fall to the side, feet open. If you're seated, your palms are resting either down or up, depending on what serves you best. Everyone, please soften the windows of your eyes and take an inhale through the nose. Unhinge your jaw, let it go through your mouth. Inhale deeply through your mouth, let it go. So we arrive here in this moment of stillness and spaciousness. Almost think of it like you just cleaned out a bunch of stuff that was in the crevices, the corners of your home being you. And now in this spaciousness, something so much greater than you, always orchestrating for you, this thing called life. Offering its boons to you, offering its bounty to you, just in your presence, just in your beingness, just in your openness. So let your legs get heavy, your hips descend into gravity. Your belly is open and soft and receptive. Your chest just lands gracefully on the earth, opening up. Your palms receiving. Your head is heavy. Full permission to be. Full permission to receive. Guru, Guru Ahe Guru, Guru Ram Das Guru. 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 Begin to deepen your breath. Consciously choosing to fill your space. Movement to your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Giving yourself permission to show up anew and take up space. When you're ready, hug your legs into your chest or give yourself a nice big squeeze if you're seated, pausing for the moment in the frequency of gratitude, starting with yourself first. For showing up, for being, for choosing, for whatever it is, and extending that gratitude out to your life, regardless of external circumstances. When you are ready, make your way to any comfortable seated position, please, if you're not already seated. Once you are there, palm meets other palm in Namaskar Mudra. Take a very big inhale through the nose. Through your mouth, let it go. Divine Masters, Mother Earth, Gurus, Angels, we thank you so very much for this time and space. Yes, albeit things are changing and things are different, we still have the opportunity to connect, not only with one another, but with ourselves. May we recognize this time as sacred. May we recognize this time, this intention is with us if we choose to for the rest of this day. May we pause and acknowledge the moments where we get caught up in illusion, caught up in problem, caught up in what we believe is a representation of our truth when it's really just an external circumstance. May we return to the wisdom of our own beauty, our own higher self, guiding us in each moment. Take a very big inhale. Bow forward to the true Guru inside of your own selves. Hari Om Shanti Shanti, peace, namaste.